Welcome back to another episode of Meant to Vent. My name is Jaime, and I'm bringing to you another episode one more time, another vent, and it's Saturday, and we're bringing it to you. And this is episode number 42. And once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in with us and stuff like that, and sticking with us to all our subscribers and to our new ones, and hopefully we get some more. If y'all, like what you see and all that, hit us with a subscription and a like. I'd appreciate it. And let's get on with the show. I got some fucking news to talk about. I was reading some news and I saw some headlines. This shit made like a few channel headlines. It was pretty interesting. There was an armed robbery, I guess, in progress, and it was pretty weird, man. I fucking didn't know what was going on. There was didn't know what to think because they showed you like the surveillance footage. So when you're watching the surveillance footage, man, you're like, what the fuck's going on here? Because it's a guy in a wheelchair, and I don't even think he has arms. Like it's like kind of grainy footage, and it looks like he don't have arms or they don't work. Like he's all the way disabled, handicapped, and he's in a wheelchair, and they pull in his pawn shop, and he has a partner with him who's a regular person who's not disabled, and they go in there like a tag team robbery, man, and they go in there and fucking clean up shop. They fucking my man pulls out a pistol with his feet, takes the gun out with his feet, cocks the gun back, and he's aiming at the clerk, and he's following around in his wheelchair, and he's got the gun aimed, and he's fucking he's all loaded and ready watching my man. That's just crazy. When it comes to like, as far as like crime goes, like he stepped up his game. No shit. Like Dr. Show should be calling his ass. Like they should be making some new foot grip because that was that was kind of impressive. That was pretty crazy. And I know people like, you know, uh, always everybody like learns and gets stronger in areas when other areas get weak. But that was just amazing, man. He was just ready. I mean, that was crazy. It was intimidating. It was crazy. You guys have to see this. It was bananas. I mean, bananas, like far beyond bananas. It was crazy, man. But yeah. So it's like he pulled out this pistol with his feet and hit him with that tactical tenactin. You know what I'm saying? Back up off him, boy. He pulled out that tactical tenactin on your ass. Okay, so I'm excited that the NFL's back and everything like that, and I'm sure everybody else is as well. And you get some stories out of the NFL that you wouldn't think you would start to hear right this soon. You don't think you would get these stories like this soon in a day, right away since the season's just one game in so far. It's like it's this week one, and you want to hear stats, you want to hear touchdowns, and record breaking, feats in the game and stuff like that. But no, this is a little different story about a certain individual who happens to go by the initials of OBJ. Odell Beckham Jr., for people that don't know. Wide receiver, Cleveland Browns. Really good player. Known for a real famous catch when he was on the New York Giants. And to me, that was about it. But now, he's known for something a little different. And I'm sure if you don't know by now, you should check this out. There's a lot of like jokes going around about it and memes. Apparently, he requested this girl he met, and he thought she was good looking or whatever, and she thought they just wanted to hook up. But he wanted to get real freaky, like crazy freaky, like next level freakiness. He told her she wanted him to poop on him. Like drop a bomb on him, shit on him. Crap, poop, dookie, number deuce, make, which is a funny ass word. But anyways, I can't believe people used to say that. I don't even know if anybody still does, but that's funny. So anyways, he met this girl and he wanted her to poop on him, and he liked her and says, to see if he really like wanted to go through with it, he had some kind of like application, like some kind of like audition. He had to like audition the poop or whatever. I don't know. So he said he wanted to get a picture of her dropping a bomb, taking a poop. And he wanted her to send him the picture of her taking a poop. And so this confession is coming out of her mouth. You guys can look this up. I forget what her name is, but she's like on a podcast talking about this whole scenario, she gives like a really good play-by-play. I'm giving you a pretty good one too, as a matter of fact. If I think so myself. If I could say so myself, I think I'm doing a good play-by-play. So he wants to see the preview. So he says, send me a picture of you, taking a number 2 on a toilet, and then I want to see if you're the one I want to come do the real thing. And I'm like, damn, so she does it. And she says she tries to make it sexy and all that. And I don't know how you could sexy something that up. I guess if you're into that freaky shit, I guess you can do it. There's a way, I guess. Obviously, there's a way because that dude likes that shit, literally. All the puns intended on that. But anyways, so she sends him the picture. He likes it, and now he wants to meet her real deal and do the real thing. So she goes with her freaky self. This freaky woman, she goes to go crap on this man. She shows up wherever the hotel is to go poop on this man. And so then she gets all to get down to the nitty gritty or the nitty shitty, and she fucking jumps on top of him, and then she gets stage fright. She was all in like that sumo position and shit. She was all like fucking like, and like she couldn't fucking do it. I guess she got like stage fright and shit. It's crazy. And then I'm wondering what like this dude, man, like, man, you must have some like crazy ass, problems or something, man. But I don't know, maybe not problems. I don't know what it is, but that's like what you're into. Like, I know you got to catch the football in the numbers, but taking the shit in the numbers, that's craziness. That's crazy shit. That's some craziness, man. That's disgusting, sickening, and crazy. I don't know about what you guys think, but I think that was pretty gross. I mean, just stick to catching footballs. Don't catch shit at the numbers. Man, it's going to mess your grip all up. Or unless you know something we don't. Is it good for the skin? No. I don't give a damn. You can have that little secret technique then still. I wouldn't nobody pooping on my chest. Shit. I remember one time we was out feeding birds, out in my front yard over in old days when I was kids. We used to hang out on the porch, man. My mom's out there, neighborhood moms on the porch. And we'd be out there, throwing food out and throwing bread out and shit like that for the birds. And then all of a sudden the seagulls come in. Like you ever notice when the people feed the birds, it always fucks it all up when the seagulls come. Like they just see the party and they're just going to fuck it up. And they're like bigger than all the little cute birds you're trying to feed. And here come them fucking punk ass seagulls and go fuck up your whole little pretty little cute thing. You got all the kids around and they're all feeding birds. And here come these big motherfuckers like, blah, blah, with that loud ass fucking seagull shit they do. And they go and fuck up the whole fucking thing. You're trying to do this nice thing and then here they come. Like y'all go getting everybody's food. You guys get garbage. And then you're going to come while everybody's feeding all the little cute birds. They're just greedy sometimes. Seagulls are greedy. They're a greedy bird. I got to say that. You know what I'm saying? They're a greedy bird when you think about it. Here they are, these little guys just trying to have fun and get their own little snacks of food. And then here they come, and I'm over here feeding all these birds, which bring me, I know I went off topic, but it's kind of the same topic because it just pissed me off, like why I wouldn't want to be shit on. So I'm feeding these birds, and the damn fucking seagull comes out. I think it was a seagull because it was big as hell. Yeah, I got crapped on, man. The fucking bird hit me right in the fucking forearm. Just a big old, gigantic, plaster-looking splatter all over my shit, all over my arm. It's like a little kid. And I was like, man, I got so mad, I went and started taking the bread back. I went down the porch. My mom was yelling at me. I'm like, hell no. We're over here hooking him up. I didn't say hell no because I was a little kid. I would have got whooped on. But I still got yelled at and in trouble because I was like, I went to grab the bread back for them pooping on me. And it sucked. So I wouldn't want it. I'm just saying, that's just craziness. That's like some rich people problems. Like you get so rich and all the normal people, like sexual freakiness ain't enough. So you guys got to like next level that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to next level that shit and get to extra sickness. I don't know how did that conversation happen the first time? That's what I want to know. Like, how does like you shitting on me or you or me shitting on you, like, how does that conversation start? Like, I mean, you guys just met online or you guys just like maybe your third date. Like, what do people say? Like, it's the third date. And like, how does that come out? Like, how do you go from making out to just talking and telling the girl to poop on you? How does that come about? I'm curious. I would like to know. How does that conversation start? You're all getting hot and heavy and grabbing each other and doing whatnot and exploring things. And all of a sudden, you think you're just going to do that and then get into sex and do all these other, other things. And then, then the question comes out. I don't know. It's crazy. That'd be interesting to know. I would like to know how that conversation starts. I don't know about y'all, but that's wild. That's some wild rich people problem stuff there. Y'all can have that. So recently I was watching some Rogan, and he had like Ron White on there. And shout out to Ron White, man. I'm a big fan. He's an OG from the comic game. One of the greats, man. One of the great veterans in the comedian game, man. Awesome stand-up comedian. I recommend you check him out for people that don't know. I mean, you'll be prepared to laugh your butt off. My man's a legend. He's great. And it was a good interview and stuff like that. But there was some things that bothered me, man. I didn't like that he was like cutting him off. I feel like he was cutting him off a lot. And I thought he should have shown him more respect because this guy came from, like I said, he's one of the veterans and one of the greats and one of the OGs of comedy. And, he came, and his comedy circle is like legendary. You got Cedric the Entertainer and D.L. Hughley and like Bernie Mac and like all those guys was coming out at the same time as him. And those guys are all friends. They saw each other all grow to who they are. Those guys are all legends. They come from that comedy circle. And that comedy circle is gigantic. Like, that's like gigantic, like global comedy circle size. That's a big circle, And then for you, like, I just felt like he was being kind of disrespectful, in a way. The interview was pretty decent, but I just kind of felt like, he was cutting him off on some things. I didn't like it, And because if you compare the comedy circles, Joe Rogan should pay this dude mad respect because Joe Rogan ain't shit compared to him as far as stand-up comedy goes. He's funny, but he ain't nowhere like Ron White. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at their comedy circle, there's no comparison either. Like, what are you gonna do? Like I just said, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley. What are you gonna who are you gonna bring? Brendan Schaub? No. I'm sorry, no. Brendan Schaub is pretty funny, you know what I'm saying? He's a funny guy on podcasts, but stand-up is not all that, you know what I'm saying? It's not what, you know what I'm saying? I don't mean no disrespect, but I'm saying compared to those guys, you ain't gonna, he's not gonna lose. He's not gonna lose. He's not gonna match up, dude, to them guys. You can't, no way. And then who's his other boy? Brian Callen? My man ain't gonna be able to do shit. He ain't even that funny fucking either. He's kind of funny dude and shit like that. I used to like their show together and all that, but he's too busy raping people. You know what I'm saying? He's too busy raping to be even write comedy jokes. These guys were writing legendary comedy shit, and they didn't have to rape nobody. You know what I'm saying? And y'all was fucking he was just too busy raping to fucking even write a comedy that would even compare to that kind of shit. That's his comedy circle. You know what I'm saying? Compared to fucking Ron White's. Don't even bring that to me, boy. That ain't even nowhere close. What else? You gonna bring fucking Diaz? Joey Diaz? I happen to like Joey Diaz. He's a funny dude. But still, he don't compare to that comedy circle. You could take it how you want, and he still don't compare to that comedy circle. He get too fucking wasted to even fucking write a half a joke. He'd be over there eating all them stalls, like we said before, like all the stalls of death. He'd be all fucking wasted out to be fucking talking jokes, and his accent will only get you so far when you got Cedric the Entertainer telling some real solid gold comedy. Even Ron White, one story of his will smash half that comedy circle by itself. You know what I'm saying? And what else you got? D'Elia? We already know about D'Elia's ass. Fucking his ass is getting all kinds of shit. He's too busy being a fucking perving out on fucking young girls to even worry about writing comedy right now. He's got to worry about dodging police right now and dodging court because he's hoping this shit's gonna pass over the media. That's his comedy circle. It's no D.L. Hughley. It's fucking punk ass, raping ass, perving ass D'Elia and raping Callen. Callen raper, D'Elia perv. You know what I'm saying? That's your comedy circle. You should show more respect. That's all I'm saying. Just when you think it's never going to be safe to send a dick pic, well, here's some news for everybody, people. There's a new startup business in Australia. I guess where you can send in your junk pics, and it can be judged, ranked, and I guess they give you back your feedback on your junk pic. Man, where was like D'Elia and all these people when this stuff was going around? They could have used this back in the day while they was perving around America on tour. While they were doing their stand-up comedy American perv tour. Where were they when that shit was going down? They could have used this stuff. Should have told them. And then it brings me back to so I was listening to the radio and people brought this little topic up and I couldn't help to talk about it because it was just interesting. They were talking about like old people like doing sexting. And they were talking about like were they still doing it? And I'm sure they do. And like, do people even text regular anymore? Isn't it like that's all the texting is? Like when they start to try to talk to somebody, isn't it that's what happens is the sexting? And I would just wonder how the old people would do it. So I got some examples like how the old people would still be sexting if it's still like if they still do it. You know what I'm saying? So here's some examples. I got a couple examples of some old people sexting. Here's one for you right now. I'm going to dislocate your hip. Wow, that's hot. That's fucking hot. The room just got warmer just now. That was a little hot there. That was a little hot. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. It's going to smell like ointment lotion and prunes when I'm done with you. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, whoa. You know, ointment lotion and prunes. That's an interesting combination. Here's another interesting sext from old people. I'll bring the oxygen. All right, I got another one. I got one more. I took one of those fancy sex pills. I made an appointment to see Alice. Are you available? Know what I mean? And those were the old people sexting. I hope you enjoyed that little piece there. And on a serious tip, a sort of serious tip. No, I'm just kidding. No, but on a serious tip, there was a soldier, a former soldier. Well, I guess you're never a former soldier when you serve our country, which I thank all of you for, all of you military people, men and women, and out there that are serving our country. I just thank you all. And this happens to be one of our veteran soldiers who was injured in war. And he goes by the name of, I don't know if I pronounce his name wrong, but I apologize if I do. He goes by the name of Bobby Henline. And he was getting upset at all these people and all these news commercials and all these like political commercials and all these rallies and all these people using his name and using his photo because he's an injured veteran. As like a pawn in their little political game. And he's mad about it. He don't want to be used in your game. He keeps telling y'all stop using his photos. And I agree with him, man. You know, don't be using people's pain or people's recoveries or people's, you know, whatever going on, because you don't know what kind of depression they're going through or what's going on in their mind, because some of these people got blown up. Some of these people, whatever happened to them, you know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, you just can't, you know, just use them like that for your little political game, like a little pawn piece in the, you know, in the chess game of politics, your little dirty game of politics. And I agree with him. You should have permission, and if you don't have permission, don't use it. And y'all need to quit that shit. And because that's dangerous, and there's a person behind all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just a dangerous game. It's super dangerous. And it's super dangerous, and especially if you're going to vote for a guy that doesn't seem very smart. And I understand you don't like who's in office, regardless of what's going on. I understand if you don't like who's doing the job, but you really can't go with this guy that seems like he's like slipping mentally. Like mentally, he looks like unstable to me. Like he didn't always seem like that, but now he seems a little weird. Like it seems different. It seems different. I kind of was liking the guy before. Now it seems like you're left confused when you talk to him. Or like when you see him talking, talk to him. I never talk to him. But when you see him talking, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you just lose it, man. You're like, what the hell are you doing, man? What's going on? What's going on up there? Knock, knock. Who's there? Seems like it ain't Biden. You know what I'm saying? Or what's that new thing everybody's saying? Biden's hiding. Like, what's going on in there? There's like cobwebs up in here. Something's going on. Something ain't clicking right. And it's like, and it's dangerous. It's super dangerous if you vote for this dude right now. It's just super dangerous. These guys are banning a lot of my stuff right now because I've been talking about politics. But oh well, it's dangerous for this because, I mean, it's serious. I'm just saying. People say voting for Biden is like jumping out of a parachute, out of a perfectly good airplane, and your parachute has a fucking big ass hole in it. It won't work. Don't do it. Don't do it. Voting for Biden is like saying that the Kardashians are wife material. Don't do it, Kanye. Run. Get out now. It won't work. It won't work. Voting for Biden is like eating a big old nice porterhouse steak with a balloon on your tongue. It won't work. It won't work. Voting for Biden is like blindfolding yourself, opening your eyes in the blindfold, and then trying to write your name in cursive and stay in the lines. It won't work. I'm sorry. Voting for Biden is like peeing against a tornado. Somebody's going to get wet. It won't work. Sorry about that, people, but it won't work. I recently watched a documentary on the Warrens, the people that inspired that Conjuring film. They were famous from like the Amityville Horror and a bunch of other crazy paranormal stories. It was a pretty interesting documentary. It was kind of scary hearing about the backgrounds of some of them stories that inspired some of the films and probably a bunch of books and all kinds of other scary stories and shit like that. But it was interesting. I liked it. It had like cool stories, pictures, and some footage. And you wish you could have saw some of the footage they talked about, because they talked about some crazy good footage in there. They were talking about some stuff that where they got in trouble. Like there was actually a Conjuring house, and I didn't know there was an actually house that was from the Conjuring in real life. So they broke down the story about a woman that got possessed in the house. And something took over her, and like the husband flipped out and kicked him out the house, and told him like to get out, get the hell out of my house. And he said they have footage of all that stuff, and like I would love to see some of that stuff, man, if it's available. But apparently they weren't allowed to show it to the public. Maybe, I don't know, but I would like to see that stuff. But it's a pretty good documentary. It was like a shock doc. If you guys check it out, it's called From Shock Docs, and it was about I think it was like Edward and Elaine Warren. I think that's how their names was, but they were the ones from. They were the ones that those characters played in the Conjuring films, but it's based off of those real characters. Even that Annabelle doll was real. It was like a Raggedy Ann and Andy doll, and the one in the movie is still pretty damn creepy. But when you see the one that they have, it makes it even more creepier than that. The one they show in the movies, man. But yeah, it was a good documentary. I recommend you see it, and it was awesome. It was just really creepy. It had some creepy elements because it had a lot of truth to it and all that stuff. So I recommend you check that one out. The Shock Documentary. So before I leave you guys, I'm going to hit you with a quick little rundown of the games. I'm going to give you a quick NFL game picks. And here we go. I'm going to give you a little quick rundown. I'm going to give you probably the point spread. And then I'm going to probably just give you who I pick just for the straight win or whatever. If I take the points or if I just take the straight win. So here we go. Bear with me. Here we go. I'll try to get through them as quick as I can. Seattle and Atlanta. Seattle's a -2. And I'm going to take, out of Seattle and Atlanta, I'm going to take the Seahawks. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks on this game. Chicago, Detroit. Chicago's a -2. I'm picking the Lions to win this one. I'm picking my Lions to win this game. And I'm picking them to start off pretty strong in the season. Hopefully they're going to, look pretty good this year. They got some guys banged up. But I think they're going to pull off the win tomorrow. So I'm picking the Lions tomorrow. -2, but I'm taking the Lions. Just for the win. Miami, New England. Out of that game, they got New England as -7. I got the Patriots winning that game straight up. I got the Patriots winning, so I got New England on that game. They got the Raiders versus Carolina Panthers. Raiders are -3. I'm going with the Raiders on this game. Then we got Cleveland, Baltimore. Baltimore's is -7.5. Out of that game, I'm going to take the Ravens. Man, they got a good quarterback. He ain't no joke. That's a fun guy to watch. And then out of this one, I'm going to take the next game. We got Cleveland. We got Tampa Bay and New Orleans. I want to see this game. I'm excited about this game. Seeing Brady with his new squad. Drew Brees coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll see what happens. He didn't finish the season too strong, but I think he's going to come back with a mission, something to prove. So don't sleep on the Saints. So I got. I'm going to pick Tampa Bay on this one though, because I think Tampa Bay's got more weapons, and I'll go with the Buccaneers on that one. And then you got the Rams and the Cowboys. Out of that game, I think I'm taking the Cowboys. The Cowboys are on a mission. Like I said, Dak Prescott's on a mission to get that big dough. He wants to get that big contract. So I'm going to take the Cowboys in that game. And then you got Tennessee and Broncos. I think I'm going to take the Titans on this game because the Broncos got some injuries on defense. They just lost Miller to, I think, a season-ending injury. And if my information is correct, I believe it's a season-ending injury. So I think I'm going to take Tennessee on that game. And then we got Pittsburgh, New York. And I'm going to just go with Big Ben's back. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's going to have a strong year if he can stay healthy. I think they're going to make some noise. So I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers on that one. I think they're going to be a good little shocker this year with Big Ben back. I think it's going to be a good season. So I got them on that one. Then you got San Francisco and the Cardinals. A lot of people are all about this new Cardinals quarterback. I don't know. I don't really think I'm on the hype yet. I got to see what he's doing. He's kind of a small guy, but he's got a great arm. He's got some good throwing accuracy and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I got to see a little more. You know, he did blaze my Lions once, and we get to rematch him and all that. But we got to see where it goes, man. But if you ask me, I got to see how the ball goes because I got to see a little more from him. But he looks pretty good. But I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers on that game. Then you got the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chargers. I don't know about this one. These teams I really don't know about. They looks like they're kind of was taken down. They were on a downtrend these last couple seasons. So if I got to pick a game on that one, I'll just take the Bengals. Just on a 50-50 guess. I'll just take the Bengals on that one. Like a coin toss. Then you got the Colts playing the Jaguars. On this one, I'll take the Jags. Just because I don't know too much about either team, I'm just going to pick the Jags on this one too. I'm just reaching out for nothing. Taking the Jags. You got the Eagles and the Washington football team because they're not the you-know-whats anymore. They're the Washington football team. Now, that game, I don't know what to take on that one. I don't know who Washington's going to use for running back, so I'm going to have to just take the Eagles. On that game, I'll just take the Eagles just to play it safe. Then you got Green Bay playing Minnesota. I'm going to take the Vikings on that one. I kind of picked them to win our division this year. That'd be awesome if our Lions come through and sneak in and steal it. If we have a good hot year, it'd be kind of fun. But because 2020's been so weird, it would be crazy if my team just come out of nowhere and just like stole the division. That'd be good. That'd be the 2020 to like that would like set it off with like the sugar on top. Them coming out of nowhere, the team that everybody's like shits on, and it'd be like, damn, who would have thought they would have came out? That's what 2020 could happen. So I got the Vikings beating the Packers, and then you got the Jets playing Buffalo. I'm definitely taking Buffalo. Buffalo's got a really good defense. A lot of people are all hyped up on this defense. It's real deal. And I think that's it. That's all I got for those picks. And if you like what you see, please hit me with a like and subscription. And this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. See ya.